Suppose for a moment that we were to view our lives as a book, filled with chapters, taking us on different adventures, living in different places, having different relationships, and overcoming different challenges. Then let's consider the book of women's lives. We're all familiar with the concepts of the maiden, the mother, and the crone. As much as I revere the divine goddess, the only stage of the triple trinity I ever identified with was the maiden. In fact, I think I got stuck in the maiden phase because I did not intend to become a mother, and being a crone, well, I guess I just didn't resonate with that word either. A word I have always resonated with was sage. In fact, I've always wanted to be considered a sage most of my life. I am going to propose a new paradigm to this perhaps outdated archetype and present 4 new stages of women's lives. I also think these aren't necessarily linear. Like a book, sometimes we like one chapter so much we go back and read it again. Sometimes we don't like the chapter at all, skipping through it as fast as possible and never returning. Each chapter is a life stage, but it is also a mode of being depending on your current life circumstances. The spirit. When we're young, we believe in magic, and we're encouraged to do so. Fairytales, imaginary friends, unicorns, magic powers, rainbows, paranormal realities are absolutely par for the course and a natural part of childhood. I think we were closer then than we ever are again to our own intuition, our own spirit, and the spirits of the world around us. The source. As we grow up into young women, we're discouraged from imagination. Anything that is not concrete, that can't be proven, that isn't endorsed and stamped and allowed, is dismissed. We realize that women do in fact have very special powers, one, but not the entirety of which, is that they can bring spirits from the spirit world into the physical world. This truly is a magic power. But this chapter is so much more than that, especially for those who cannot or do not intend to bring children into the world. They may, however, still be a source. The source is a period of creation, developing our identities, molding our lives, learning skills that allow us to create and contribute to the world. It is inception in its truest sense, the beginnings of all greatness. The seeker. As we pass through the source chapter, if we are lucky and listen, we enter a new chapter, which is not part of the 3-phase goddess trinity. It is a chapter I call the seeker. In this chapter, one enters when they hear the call to completely change the direction their life has been headed in thus far. Women in this stage are experiencing major catastrophic life shifts. This can be brought on by experiencing death, trauma, illness, or simply the inexplicable emotional, physical, and mental transformation of before, during, and after menopause. When you enter the seeker chapter, you are unstoppable in your quest for knowledge. You feel compelled by your heart's mission and awakened in your soul by a new magic. I think to truly understand this chapter, we have to reimagine what magic really is. Magic, in terms of the rabbit in the hat magician type, is completely different from magic spelled with a K, which is essentially the aligning of oneself with natural forces to manifest an intention. When we view magic in this way, it is very much a manner of mindfulness, consciousness, awareness, intuition, and intention. Seekers raise their consciousness to better perceive and participate in divine reality. Magic is the realm of the seeker, which is any woman who is embarking on a spiritual quest of awakening. The Sage. The last chapter, and truly the one we should all be seeking, is the Sage. The Sage is the wise one, but so much more than a crone. She has transformed into a butterfly from her cocoon of love and loss. She carries with her the jewels of knowledge she has earned and graciously bestows them on those who seek it. It is enlightenment, humility, and reflection. We should all be looking forward to being the sage. Each chapter of the Spirit, the Source, the Seeker, and the Sage can correspond to a certain age range, but the chapters are also cyclical in nature and can happen at any stage of our lives. If you are an old soul, you may feel wise beyond your years and have sage chapters in your life well before your grays come in. If you are awakened in your 60s, you may experience a new chapter of spirit, remembering your youthful connections. You can be a seeker in your 30s, a sage in your 40s, a spirit in your 50s. I also believe that these chapters are represented in our dreams. Depending on which chapter you are in, your dream messages will be infused with those aspects. What chapter are you in?